Hey, everybody. Welcome back to that 70s card show. This is John Keating, clearly written out there in Gaelic on the screen, identifying me by my proper name back over there on the old sod. I hope everybody's doing okay. Week or several weeks, I guess, of pickups. Not anything too spectacular, but something to share, which I thought maybe somebody else will find interesting. I know I collect in a unique way, maybe not in a unique way, but in a different way than maybe the mainstream. So, have a couple things to show off, and a journey one of my cards took that I wasn't too thrilled about, but it is now in my possession, and a card that is not in my possession that I will be thrilled to get when it arrives in the mail, whenever that'll be. I do have some breaking news here, folks. Some breaking news. I'm offering a bounty for a card. Boy, this is a hard one to wrap my head around because I can't just walk into any old store or any old Walmart. Well, maybe any old Walmart, any old Target, but I can't walk into an eBay or a card show and just find this card. For the first time in 50 years, Topps has released a Herb Washington card. So 2024 Topps Heritage 50th anniversary buybacks, number 407, Herb Washington. This is the fourth card in the Herb Washington legacy of cards. Of course, the 1975 Topps, 1975 Topps Mini, and a 1975 OPG, all number 407 as well. Two out of those three are rookie cards, but now there is a fourth joining them. Difference is it has a big old 50th anniversary stamp on the bottom right there. So I'm offering a bounty for that card. I am offering a nice little bunch of tasty cakes to put in your belly. And you surprise me with that card. Reach out to me at that 70s card show at gmail.com. I will supply you with some wonderful trans fats made right here in the Delaware Valley, in the banks of the Delaware. Actually, the confluence of the Delaware and the Schuylkill Rivers is where the Tasty Cake Factory is. Currently at the Navy Yard, the former Navy Yard in Philadelphia. But anyway, enough about that. So this is the card I need to complete my what I thought was complete player run of Herb Washington. Card 407, 2024 Topps Heritage 50th anniversary. So at me, should you have that card, please. And I'll make you a chubby, old, jolly elf if you do so. Thanks so much. I do have the other ones here on display if anybody wants to see them. The entire player run right here. Here's the 75 with a fisheye, the required fisheye. If you have any 75s, you better have some fisheyes. Here's the old mini. And here is the OPG. It's graded. It's a PSA 6. I don't know who would do that. Grade one of these cards. It's an 11 if you ask me, but a little player run there. All three of them looking to be joined by a fourth. So please help me with that if you don't mind. So moving on here, we have some pickups from our friend over there in the Madison, Wisconsin area, Bo Thompson, 1 million Cubs, 99centcards.com. He sells cards full time for a living, does it online, does it in person, holds card shows, the Madison Card Show over there on the banks of Lake Muskogee or whatever the heck it's called. So monthly he has that card show, but he has been doing auctions lately, and I have found myself a winner in several of the auctions. So let me get right to that real quick here. Some boxing cards. These are 38 Churchmans, okay? Some nice little fellas. Probably didn't have a lot of career choices. Look at this guy. This guy was not going to be a rocket surgeon, that's for sure. His name is Peter Kane. Wife beaters, bare knuckles, full trunks. The original Mike Tyson with the black trunks, black shoes, no socks. His name was Harry Misler or something like that. So got a couple duplicates, but these are 38 Churchmans. and thrilled to have them in my collection. I collect pretty much everything. Not quite Dean Gearhart levels, but I collect pretty much everything. So wonderful 38 cards, Churchman's, and boy, I just love when stuff like this pops around and I can buy it in bulk. Also got these wonderful 1983 baseball foldouts. They made them for stolen base leaders, offensive prowess, relief aces, all that stuff. So I had one of these. Now I have three of them. There's Greg Minton, the claymation Greg Minton in real live action. Terry Foster, he's a tub of goo, according to David Letterman. He's in there, along with some other people, Ed Farmer, Elias Sosa, Ron Reed, etc., Randy Moffett, Billie Jean King's brother. I bet you didn't know that, or maybe you did. Jim Kern rocking that Sox outfit. There's the quiz, Dan Quisenberry, all that fun stuff. So a little nostalgia there from 83, 40 plus years old. Here's the RBI leaders. I'm sorry, the stolen base leaders: Al Bumry, Gary Maddox, Jose Cruz, Davey Concepcion, Mickey Rivers, Julio Cruz, Don Baylor. He would get hit by a lot of pitches, and he would hit a lot of pitches, and I guess he would steal some bases too. So fun little stuff there. There's old Joe Morgan. He's a Hall of Famer. So these were not meant to be separated. I do believe they were not meant to be separated. They were meant to be an entire little booklet for you. Now, speaking of 80s and separation, well, Bo, by the way, threw those in, those fold outs. I appreciate that, Bo. Another big win in the auction was a nice little stack of 100 plus 1980, 81 pre-perforated for your pleasure basketball cards, and Doc J All-Star in there, slam dunk, whatever it is, but a few doubles, stuff like that. There's some Bill Walton, some other good players in there. But anyway, I like this kind of stuff. I got it fairly cheap. Sorry, Bo. But more importantly, I got a lot of them, and that's what I certainly like. So early 80s were tough on cards. Fleer was coming about, Dunruss, all that stuff. Topps was figuring stuff out. Perforated cards like this, 3 to a panel, and then you just rip them apart. And this is what I did. I know I spent some winter mornings ripping these things apart. Never knew what happened to these. I lost track of these. Perhaps I felt like they weren't worth keeping after deperforating them, because they just didn't kind of sit anywhere fine, either in binders or shoe boxes. So lost track of, I probably had them all, and they were all separated. I guarantee you that. Some dead guys. I love the dead guys, of course, except for this guy, Carl Yastrzemski. He's the greatest baseball player of all time, in my opinion. Nice little card from Hillshire Farms. We have Mickey Cochran, real name Gordon. He was who Mickey Charles Mantle was named after, A's catcher in the second A's dynasty. There's another Mickey Cochran. Christy Mathewson, we don't need to explain him. He is a heck of a baseball player, for sure. 373 wins that guy had. More Mickey Cochran. Here's some high grades. 87, I believe. Greatest pitcher, in my opinion, of all time, or my favorite pitcher. Robert Moses Grove. Logo not showing there. Ty Cobb, one of my favorite baseball players. Logo not showing on his helmet, his hat there. Here's Eddie Plank. Just saw an Eddie Plank card bidding on REA up to $150,000 as T206. Eddie Plank, first A's dynasty back in the day. Another Ty Cobb, swell greats. Jimmy Fox, spelled correctly from starting lineup, Kenner, whatever you want to call him, 80s card. And then, of course, we have a Twinkie card, and you can tell by that black bar right there, of Steve Garvey. This is card number 19, also page 19 of the Kama Sutra. Steve Garvey is demonstrating the pose of, the come hither pose that first basemen like him used to perform in the 70s when backhanded stretches were a good thing, I guess. Steve Garvey, got it all going on there. Stirrups, that smile we've all come to dislike, and arm hair galore for sure. So Steve Garvey's still out there campaigning, even though the election was almost a month ago, because he needs the attention and possibly on the hunt to grow his family tree a little bit. more. So, what next, you say? I got a name, and it's John Keating, and I collect players named Keating as well. So, here's one for you. This is a nice little 1939 40 OPG of Jack Keating. This is a real card, registered, or card number 67. Um, Recognized by TCDB, possibly by Beckett, but I don't go over there much anymore. Got a little pinhole in it up top there. It was meant to be used, and some kid in Canada or Detroit hung it up. Probably Canada, right? Because it's OPG, but it made its way over to our shores here, North America, USA, all that fun stuff. Lithographed in Canada, Jack Keating with the Detroit Red Wings. He was a forward, and this is one of only two cards that he has. Let me share my screen here if you don't mind. Let's see here. So old Jack Keating, born in 1916 in Kitchener, Ontario, that's in Canada, died December 19th, 1951. Two cards, folks, the 1939 40 OPG, card number 67. It's a V31-1, 31. That's 301-1. It's his rookie card right there. And call me the luckiest man in the world. I don't know if I'm ever going to find that Beehive Hockey Photos Group 1 card. That's a no number, but certainly amongst the top on TCDB of Jack Keating collectors now. Have to be near the top at least. So good card there. Let me learn a little bit about Jack Keating here. It's a very short Wikipedia entry, but John Thomas Jack Red Keating was a Canadian ice hockey player who played 12 games in the National Hockey League with the Detroit Red Wings during the 38-39 and 39-40 seasons. The rest of his career, which lasted from 1936 to 1948, was spent in the minor leagues, as well as 2 seasons in the English National League. Keating was born in Kitchener, Ontario. From 1943 to 1945, he served in the military during the Second World War. While playing for the Haringey Racers in 37 to 38, he was the top goal scorer in the UK with 29 goals. In 1946, he married Blanche Colonel in Indianapolis and had 3 children. He graduated from optometry school in 1951 and died in Indianapolis that year of cancer. So this man played in the NHL. He played in the English National League, and he also served in the war, became a doctor of the eyes. They call them eye doctors, and then passed away within a year, which is unfortunate. But that's what people did back then. They kind of packed a lot into a short period of time. So nice little photograph there of 3940 OPG, the original 4, original 6, whatever it is, of the NHL, one of the Red Wings teams there. So that's Jack Keating, and he belongs to me at this point. So my first 3940 OPG, my first Jack Keating, probably possibly my last Jack Keating. Collect Jack Keating, collect Tom Keating, and I collect a guy named Ray Keating. So got a commercial break coming up here. Hopefully you enjoy my new sponsor. Gonna do a quick 1-minute commercial, and we'll be right back with you shortly. Give me a second here so I can line it all up and away.
Friends, as you know, on Dragnet, we've always tried to emphasize the importance of facts. And when we talk to you about Chesterfield, we give you the facts. You heard the report George Fenneman read earlier. Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfields. Now, that's the first such report ever published about any cigarette. Remember that report and make Chesterfield your cigarette. Get 'em, regular or king size. Chesterfield, the best possible smoke. Much milder. This is a blow-up of a fingerprint taken from the scene of the crime. This one is a suspect's taken from the files. Now, the only way you can tell if these are both made by the same person is by comparison. If you'll compare Fatima with any other king-size cigarette just like this, you'll find Fatima's length filters the smoke 85 millimeters for your protection. Fatima's length cools the smoke for your protection. Fatima's length gives you those extra puffs, 21% longer than standard cigarette size. And in Fatima, you get an extra mild and soothing smoke. Plus the added protection of Fatima quality. Prove it today. Buy Fatima.
All right, so there you heard it. Fatima cigarettes, folks. Fatima. Use that I and turn it into two E's. Fatima cigarettes, Liggett and Myers. That's a company we refer to as L&M. L&M was my mom's favorite cigarettes. Liggett and Myers was part of company in the early 18 to mid 1800s. Got swallowed by the old ATC, the American Tobacco Company, and then broken all back up again once they done screwed that up with their monopoly. And Fatima cigarettes became a pretty big thing. Turkish tobacco was considered very exotic back in the day until World War One rolls around, and the Turks, the Ottomans, whatever you want to call them, fell out of favor with the American consumer, apparently. So anyway, Fatima, Chesterfields, L&Ms, all that stuff. Liggett and Myers is still hopping, apparently, the top 5, top 10 tobacco company in the States, but kind of forgotten about. But I will never forget the joy of walking into a Gulf station with $5 and coming out with a carton of L&M cigarettes for my mom, because my mom needed her fix, and until it finally did her in the 90s. But anyway, Fatima, a brand. Also, let me see if I could bring this up right here. Fatima, also a card, right? So let's look at the 1914 Fatima Ray Keating. This is a T222 SGC1. Of course, it's got a little bit of a nip taken out of it. It's got some wrinkles on it, a little bit of a glossy card, which is fun. And anyway, it's 1914 Fatima. Some fun things about this card. Obviously, I'm a Ray Keating collector. I'll read the back here real quick. Fatima Turkish blend cigarettes, no gold tips, but finest quality. Collection of 100 photographs of famous baseball players, American athletic champions, and photo play stars. Fatima cigarettes coupons have a value of about 1.5 cents each in procuring premiums described in our illustrated catalog. That's catalog with a UE on the end. An assortment of about 800 useful and valuable premiums. Liggett and Myers Tobacco Company, factory number 25, somewhere in the Richmond district of Virginia. So 1914 Fatimas. You don't see these out in the wild much. Won this off of eBay, and in true eBay fashion, this thing got sent to the vault. I bought it from Yastremski Sports in Cooperstown, got sent to PSA out there in California. And then PSA said, "Congratulations, your car has been authenticated and it is on its way to the vault." And I had not checked, send my car to the vault, so I was very ticked off. But I got it about 10 days later than I should have back at home here. So it's in my vault now. My Ray Keating, 1914 Fatima. Fun thing about this there, you see that old New York logo. Of course, the Yankees were the American League team, and then they were the Highlanders. They played at Hilltop Park there in Washington Heights. And then they became the Yankees, or shortened that up for the American League team. Yanks was the first time I think they used that term for a newspaper headline. And then they became the Yankees for sure, right around this time. NY emblazoned on old Ray Keating's left chest there. Fun little fact, right around this time, 1914 or 1915, sometime around that would be the last year for a while that they would wear that NY across their chest. Babe Ruth, you never see a playing days picture of Babe Ruth with that NY on his chest. He had it on his hat, but not on his chest. There would be a New York on his chest, pinstripes, of course, but no NY logo. They wouldn't adopt that again until 1936, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, fun little fact there. I believe they may even have had numbers on the back of their jerseys before this NY came back around. So, yeah, so that's that. My Ray Keating, and let's see where we stand here in the Ray Keating collection on TCDB. Of course, I'm doing all right here, and let's see if we can make this bigger. Ray Keating cards. There's 17 total Ray Keating cards in the collection. 1914 Cracker Jack and Fatima. and the B18 blankets, of which there are 2. So 4 cards from 1914. There's a 1915 Cracker Jack. 1916s, there's 2 Fleischmann's Bakery cards, D381s. I have neither. And then we get into a nice little Z-Nut run, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31, and 1983 Cracker Jack reprints. I think they're Galassos. And in the middle there, there's a 1928 Exhibits PCL W465. So out of all these cards, I have quite a few of them. I have, let's see here. There's 17 cards listed on TCDB. I have 12 of them. Okay. So I have, let's see what I have. I guess we should take a look, huh? I have the B18 blankets. There's 2 of them. Blue infield, green infield. I have the Fatima now. I have the 15 Cracker Jack, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31 Z-Nuts, and the 83 Cracker Jack reprint. Of course, I need the 1914 Cracker Jack. I need one of the Fleischmann's. I guess I need both. And I need that PCL card as well. I have a bead on that PCL exhibit card, I should say. I can't find that 29 Z-Nut to save my life. So Fleischmann's, PCL, exhibit, 29 Z-Nut, and of course the 1914 Cracker Jack. 4 away from having a complete set of Ray Keating cards. Don't know if that is ever going to happen, but boy, it'd be fun if it did. So anyway, that's me and my current status. A couple cards in the collection, and enjoying the way I collect. Of course, suits my needs just fine. I have a T207 Germany Schaefer on its way. Won that at Robert Edward auction. It's an SGC4, I'm told. Looking forward to that coming through the mail any day now. I collect Germany Schaefer cards as well. The Holy Grail being the Ramley, but I have a couple. I have the T205. I have a T206. I know there's a couple other, at least one other T206 I need to grab. So fun little collecting exercise there with Germany Schaefer. If you want a good time, read up about him. Some good stories. He has provided the history of baseball. So anyway, that's enough for me. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. Some people I hear aren't working much on this week, but enjoy it nonetheless. Enjoy collecting those cards. And more importantly, have yourself a very jolly experience with your own collection. Get those cards out, take a look at them. I've been able to look at a lot of cards lately thanks to my migration over to TCDB. Probably 2/3 of the way done with that now. So enjoy those cards, folks. They're fun. They're meant to be held in your hand. They're meant to be played with, sorted, collated, whatever. So look at those pictures and soak it in and have yourself a safe and prosperous near and far future. Cheers, everyone.